Hello, good friends. You can see I'm laying down, and that's because I have a sinus infection. But I'm going to go ahead and start my Easter vlog, my Easter special, where I'm going to be reading Watership Down. A couple other things you will see during this video is hopefully me overcoming the sinus infection, and if I time it right, you will see me starting my new job. Yes, I've been a caretaker for a little bit, but I'm going to be starting, I'm still going to be doing that on the side, but I'm going to be starting work as an ABA therapist. Let's get going. Go Cougars, man. I wanted to be at this game since it's in the Alamo Dome. It's about 7 hours from where I live. Go Houston. So Houston lost, and I'm consoling myself by playing The Sims. I've got Watership Down right there under the aspirin. I'm just having trouble concentrating because of this sinus infection. But I'm starting a challenge called the Breed Out the Ugly Challenge. And so... okay, yeah. And so basically what I did is I took one of my pre-made Sims that I find really attractive and awesome, and I took each slider right here and I put them all the way at the end, just like one after another, just complete opposite to see what would happen. And what happened was this. Look at that face. And so that's why he's fat. It's just fat. Yeah, so I'm not sitting here saying fat is ugly, but that's just the way it worked out. But on the inside, he's like the best guy ever. So he's like everything a normal person would want in a man. Athletic, brave, family-oriented, genius, and a good sense of humor. And I'm going to give him the International Super Spy lifetime wish, and his name is Andre Sepulveda. I just hit randomize, so I'm gonna hit randomize again so we can name him together. And let's see what we get. Owen Murray. Okay then. So Jimmy John's just moved into this shitty ass town right before I'm leaving, so I'm gonna try it. I'm not a big fan of mayonnaise. I know mayonnaise is kind of their thing. I'm gonna try it while I'm watching Naked and Afraid. Alright, well that's a giant ass pickle and a lot of friggin' mayonnaise. There's some weird spice in there. I think it might be the peppers. But it's actually pretty good. Alright, so took a bath, washed my hair, clearly. The wet hair, it takes forever for curly hair to dry, so sorry you gotta look at that. But Watership Down. One thing I did know about this book going in is that the bunnies represented real people. I'm not really picking up on who they are as of right now. So we've got a rabbit, we've got Fiverr, who I'm assuming is the main character. He has this awful premonition that they need to leave. So the rabbits in this book can't really do anything that real rabbits can't do. They can't like walk upright, they can't read. But he sees a sign for like an incoming neighborhood in his little area, and he gets a horrible, sickening feeling from it and has a bad dream. And his brother, Hazel, which is a girl name, but whatever, Hazel decides to gather a bunch of rabbits, and they're about to go on their journey, which is what this book is about. This book is told in omniscient point of view, and it's obviously a human telling the story, because he kind of walks us through, you know, this is what rabbits do, this is what rabbits don't, and I'm finding it really interesting so far. But again, I can't really tell who's supposed to represent who and what the overall allegory is for this. Done with first day of training for my new job as an ABA therapist, and boy was it boring. A lot of it was stuff we learned in education, like, you know, mandated reporters, all that jazz. And I've been a little bit nervous. I haven't worked with little kids in 20 years. My very first job when I was 12, 13 was at a baby nursery. So yeah, I'm 32, so it's been 19, 20 years. I love little kids. I don't like elementary school age kids, but you know, once they get to 5 or something, like just move them on, give them to somebody else. But I've been nervous, but then I realized a lot of the things that were just tearing me apart Um, teaching high school in the small town, you know, cheating was a big one. Parents getting mad when I called their kids out for cheating, because their 8th grade teacher had no clue. she had no idea they were using ChatGPT, and that was the cause of like 70% of the problems, and I'm not gonna have to worry about that. So I think it's gonna be really refreshing, and so more Watership down. Books, pizza, and medicine bottles. Story of my life. It's about time for me to go to bed. I still am not picking up who these are supposed to be based off of, the rabbits. I think some of them are like Greek mythology, which is one of my major gaps. It is quoted someplace in books I have not read. And I really like that rabbits kind of like have their own jargon for things. And then in like footnotes, it's like, okay, this is really a car or a road or an evil person. So I'm really loving this. It's great escapism. It kind of reminds me of Mouse Guard, but not really, because the mice in Mouse Guard can do things mice can't do. These rabbits can't do things like a real rabbit can't do. Like the mice in Mice Guard have sword fights and they can read. Like, not these guys. So it's making me feel all happy. Back from another day at training, day 4 of training, and it was actually kind of funny because we were doing role playing today, and we were role playing what's called hand over hand, and prompting. And so the instructor is like this 30-year-old pregnant woman, and today she was wearing like a onesie. And it was just this really funny image of all of us just going over there and like taking her by the arm and guiding her, and she's like not cooperating, but whatever. I did find an audiobook version of this on YouTube, so I am now on chapter 13, and the bunnies are getting real. Week 1 of training down. So let's talk about Watership down. I'm starting to see some of the mythos in this, some of the mythology. I'm not huge into Greek, you guys know that, but the hero's journey, the making of a hero, the needs of heroes in a community, that is all very clear here. So is this an allegory of the Aeneid or the Odyssey? Wouldn't know, haven't read either of them, but I'm very happy to be reading this. About 25% of the way through, 2 days to Easter. I need to get reading. All right, having time with my babies, and we are gonna celebrate Easter together. So, Wiley, here you go. Those are yours. Felix, come here, bub. Oh, those are yours. Oh, Felix, you slid out of yours. Come back. Happy Easter. Oh, happy Easter. Happy Easter, Wiley. You can hear my brother rattling the bag. Aww. Hello. Wiley. Hey, buddy. Yeah. Oh, page 269, about 53% in. Tomorrow's Easter. And this journey that these rabbits are going on is just as epic as what we see in the great epics of like the Epic of Gilgamesh and maybe the Odyssey. I don't know, I haven't read it, but I'm very tired, and it's about 3:45. All right, thank you. My brother came in here and he was talking to me, so say hi to YouTube, Chris. Hi. Okay, well, yeah, so I'm gonna take a nap, and then hopefully I can finish the novel tonight, which I think I can, and then we'll see what I think. I finished it. It was a marathon to the end, but it was so worth it. This story was epic. These characters were deep, and I may actually teach this to my 9th graders at some point when we're talking about allegory. This is more of like a governmental allegory, where in each of the different warrens, which is where the rabbits live, we have a different type of government. And one thing I really thought was cool about this was it was describing like objects like cigarettes and bulldozers and snares and hunters and guns and stuff, but all from the rabbit's point of view. So, rabbits don't know what a cigarette is, but we do, so they describe the cigarette the way the rabbits would describe it, but we know it's a cigarette, which I thought was really, really cool. Now, I went into this expecting it to kind of be like Animal Farm and that each of the characters represents something, but no, that's not how it worked. Each character was its own creation. It was not a representation of somebody in society. There was a lot of allegorical, mostly social and governmental allegories going on, and 4 out of 5 stars. This book really got me thinking. Happy Easter.